Hey everybody, in this video, we're going to talk about creating back-to-school designs using Kittl and Creative Fabrica. All right, so it is time to start thinking about back-to-school designs, even though it is just the first week of July when I'm recording this. But the shopping season for back-to-school actually picks up in July, so it is time to make sure you have back-to-school designs published. In fact, if you look at the trend for the last 5 years on Google for the search phrase back to school shirt, you're going to find that the volume really starts to pick up. So July 10th to the 16th was last year when it really started picking up, July 11th to 17th the year before that. You don't want to be publishing your designs and just getting them out there right at the absolute peak, which is going to come a little bit later, more into August. And I thought this would be a great topic to show you kind of a couple of my favorite ways to take advantage of Creative Fabrica for design resources and then Kittle for the actual design process. I also want to point out a couple of new features that Kittle's added since the last time I made a video about Kittle. Let's take a look at how I made this design, because my first sort of design idea or tip for you is to try and find some design niches that allow you to create repeatable designs, ones that you can actually create a bunch of different designs for relatively quickly. And in the last few years, one of the things that has become more and more popular is having back-to-school shirts for kids that focus on the grade they're going into. So first grade vibes is the design that I went with here. And let me just show you how I put this one together in Kittle. So it all started with this graphic here. This is one that I got from Creative Fabrica. So I just came over to Creative Fabrica and I actually searched for school designs and made sure that I was looking at ones that are safe for print-on-demand use. This is actually the next one we're going to talk about here. So I found this design that has blessed teacher text underneath it. Now, one of the new features of Kittle that I wanted to point out is image cropping. You can finally crop individual images and get rid of some of the elements that maybe you don't want. And that's one of the reasons why I think using a resource like Creative Fabrica, it pairs really well with a tool like Kittle, because you have the quick and easy ability to crop out parts of an existing design that you don't want to use, but maybe you want to use another part of it. So all I did in Kittle here was I uploaded my design that I downloaded from Creative Fabrica, and all you have to do is double click on it, and then you'll get the cropping control sort of boxes on the edge, and all you have to do is bring in one of the sides until you crop to where you want, and then click to deselect it, and boom, there we go. Now I got rid of that text that I don't want to use for my design, and I'm left with just the graphic that I want. This is one of those features that I felt like was a little overdue on Kittle, because on Canva, you've been able to do this for a long time. Kittle has a lot of other features that you can't do on Canva, but that was one that they didn't have, so it's very nice to have that. One thing I should point out though, cropping is not available for all elements yet. If you add something to a design that's an object rather than an image, you know the difference by looking at, if you select your image here, then look at the menu on the right, you'll actually see image settings here. And if it says image settings, that's something you can crop. However, if you come over to the elements menu on the left, and then let's just grab one of these basic shapes. For this circle, I have the controls to, really manipulate the shape and really sort of pinch and squeeze and do things that you can't actually do on Canva, which is nice. However, this on Kittle, they call this an object, not an image. If you look at the right menu now, it says object color, where we still have options to manipulate it here, but this is not something, if you double click on this, you won't be able to crop it. Just be aware of that. You can crop images. Anything that says it's an image, you can crop. You can't do it if it's an object. All right, so we have our graphic the way we want it here, and then all I did from there was started adding my text. And one of the things that's really popular if you do a little bit of searching around on Etsy for some of these niches, for some of the keywords, is retro, groovy, 60s style fonts. Those are still very popular, so that's kind of what I went with. I actually also got that font from Creative Fabrica, downloaded it from there, and uploaded it into Kittle. This one is called Peace and Love, and on Kittle, if you want to upload your own font to use, all you have to do is go to the font menu after you've added some text, and then go to this little cloud upload symbol here, click on that, and it'll give you a pop-up window to upload the font file that you want to use. One thing I really like on Kittle is the custom transform options that you have. Custom under transformation gives you all of these controls, where now I can actually come in and make this fit the exact shape that I'm putting it next to, so make it look a little bit more curved, and I like the look of that. a little bit better than just doing a simple rotation of it. So then I just added my first grade, and this was another one I used the custom transformation to do a little bit of a curve here around the globe. And I just added the vibes text underneath. Now, is this absolutely perfect? Probably not. I probably could do a better job balancing the elements so that everything's a little more symmetrical here, but you get the picture. The main thing I wanted to point out about this design is that this is an example of one that is repeatable, because this style of design in kids' shirts is something you can do for first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade. You could just change that first to each of those additional grade numbers and have a bunch of different designs. You can also very easily just swap out the center design element for something else, maybe something that's got a different color scheme. So if somebody has a preference, maybe they don't love this color scheme, you could find another graphic to put in the center and just swap them out. Now, if we wanted to, we could export this as our finished design and copy or duplicate this project and then make the second grade, third grade, fourth grade ones all as separate project files. But I actually prefer to just add more layers and then hide them and export each design file separately, all from within the same project. So all you have to do that is copy the number and the letters here. Just hold down the Option key and then click and drag, and it will duplicate whatever you just clicked on. And we're going to change this layer to be our second instead of first. There we go. So now we got a second. Now we can go in and we can hide the one and then place the second the way we want it. This looks a little funny, so I'm going to edit this transformation here to make it look a little bit. Now I have a layer in here for second grade, and I can do the same thing. I can duplicate this. I can hide the 2 and the ND, and I can do third and then fourth and fifth. And basically all I have to do to export each file is come back and unhide the ones I want, and they should be in just the right position. I can export first, then I can re-hide this, I can bring back second, I can export this, and so on. And just basically you have all of the different options variables for your design in the same project file, and you just unhide or hide the ones that you need. And you can do the same thing with the center graphic, like I mentioned, if you want to bring in a second different center graphic option and then hide and unhide to export them all that way, you can do that as well. One other feature on Kittle I want to point out before we switch designs here is the ability to do alpha masks. And masking is something that's been around for a little bit on Kittle. And now what you have over here in the right side menu when you add a texture, normally I think the default is for it to be added as a color burn or a multiply. And that basically just means it's going to be the darker texture. It's going to add sort of that like black, darker colored texture based on whichever texture you select. And that looks okay on some style designs, but sometimes you'd rather have that distressed look actually be white rather than black. And the way you can do that is by changing the effect option there on the right menu to alpha mask. There we go, it was behind my head. So if we select alpha mask instead, you'll see that it will change the effect that that texture has to now it's like more of a washed out white. So there we go, that alpha mask is a more recent addition there to your options for adding textures. And you can still, of course, control the opacity. So if you don't want it to be quite so distressed looking, you can bring that opacity down. I think that looks pretty good. So let's move on and talk about one more of these examples. Now, to get started on this project, I want to point out another new feature on Kittle that I'm really glad they added. If we click on New Project, you'll get the pop-up menu that you've always seen with the different artboard sizes. But if you click too quickly, you might not notice there's a new tab here at the top that says POD presets. And these are going to be preset template size artboards that are just for print on demand. So this is a great feature. They actually went ahead and made sizes that line up with some of the common platforms. So there's a t-shirt template size for Printify, there's TeePublic, there's Amazon Merch, there's Printful. Personally, I've been creating all of my t-shirt designs in 4500 by 5400 forever since I started on Merch on Demand. And it also automatically defaults you to the 300 DPI and the portrait orientation. So click on Create, and there we go. No more having to resize that really small artboard every time you create a new project. All right, so I'm going to upload that design that I downloaded from Creative Fabrica to use in my second design here. And there we go. So this is another good example because the way that we can crop this will work out really well for the design because we got a nice even horizontal line here, which is important because cropping, you can't get into rounded corners and really overlapping areas when you're cropping. So it's nice if you have a nice horizontal line here, we can just crop the word science out. And now we've got this design with the word teacher in the table of periodic elements there. We could crop that out too if that doesn't match up with, the design that we're making. In this case, I am going to leave that one in there because what I'm going to do is something very similar to the design the way it was. And the search phrase that I actually found was STEM teacher and STEAM teacher. So science teacher is certainly one that we can throw into the mix as far as the repeatable designs here, but I wanted to focus on STEM and STEAM because that's one that I saw had a little bit lower competition. One of those phrases had around 3,000 search results. Another one had more like 2,500. So we have a few different options on Etsy to go with design niches that are targeted more towards this, STEM teachers. So any subject that fits with the periodic table, we can put that text in there and leave the elements spelling out teacher in there. If we come across some other ones that maybe they don't fit as well, like if you wanted to do one that was specifically just for a math teacher, I would probably use a different graphic for that. Now, this is one where you could certainly get creative with the font. So you can use one of Kittle's built-in fonts, any of the ones that, that look good. I'd probably go with maybe a little bit of a cleaner font on the top. You could go pretty crazy with the colors, but you could also do the same thing I did on the first one, come back to Creative Fabrica. Here's an interesting display font just called Science Font. And this is one that has some really interesting imagery in it. It looks like there's a chance that the details might be a little too small to really rely on for print on demand. If you were doing Digisoft printing from CustomCat, I think they'd probably handle these small details pretty well. But with DTG printing, sometimes you need to have a little restraint on the fonts you use. If they have decorations in them that are this small, chances are it's not going to come out really, really great, even though this would be a very cool looking font for us to use. So if you want to go with a font that has a little more interest, that's totally fine. Just, probably don't go for ones that have really small elements in them because they won't come out that great with DTG printing. So I just went with this kind of funny, maybe sciencey looking one that's already built into Kittle for this one. And there you go. There's an example of another repeatable design. So I could simply copy this layer and we'll make this one STEAM because that's another, basically another way. Basically, it's the same thing: science, technology, engineering, math, and STEAM just is adding art to the equation as well, pun intended. There we go. So now we've got a STEAM one, we've got a STEM one. We could definitely also, do one that is just science like the original design. Now you could keep going with this. You can do chemistry, you can do biology, you can do physics. Now you can also do what we did with the first one and add another layer with a different base graphic in it. Maybe there's one that's more math leaning and you could do, you could do that same graphic, but still do a version that's a STEM teacher that is math based. You could do math teacher, you could do, any of the different subjects, as long as there's a graphic that goes along with it. You can keep them all in the same project file and just hide or unhide what you need and export your different files that way. That way you get a whole bunch of designs in a repeatable fashion. You don't have like a million project files. This is how I like to streamline my design process and come up with ones that are repeatable that I can create a bunch of different designs for. So good luck creating your back to school designs this year. Hope you make a lot of back to school sales. And don't forget, Halloween is right around the corner after back to school, so get prepared for that as well. Thanks everybody. See you next time.